When working in Power Apps, one of the challenges is knowing which formulas to use when. The good news is it can be very simple to learn about lots of new commands and what they can do for you. Head into Bing and search for Power Apps Formula Reference. Microsoft have created a brilliant reference which includes a whole series of commands, including examples. Within here, there's a couple of different ways of navigating around. One way is to use the A to Z on the right-hand side of the screen. Here, if I select S, look at the sheer number of commands that are available that begin with S. If I scroll down slightly, you can see the alphabet continues and there's more and more commands. When we click on one of these headings, we see a whole page of information, often including several examples of the correct syntax and scenarios that you could use this command. Let's start with one of the most commonly used, which is sum. We can see here a simple example that confirms it will be the word sum and an open bracket, a value followed by a comma, a second value followed by a comma, and perhaps a third value. We then see that there is a closed bracket on the end. To test this, I've got a label that I've added into an empty canvas app, and I'm typing into the formula bar of the label. This is a brilliant way of testing formulas within just a few seconds. When testing a formula that you're not familiar with or you've not used for a long time, testing in a label gives you the simplest possible test. Another great way of discovering more formulas is to use the search box at the top left corner of the screen. In this example, I've searched for the word location. What I'm thinking is I'm going to create a mobile app that I can use on my phone, and I want to be able to pick up my specific location. Although I've searched for location, I've actually discovered a whole variety of commands that have caught my imagination. One of the commands that I've spotted that I think is interesting is the ability to tell whether someone has an internet connection or not. Here it tells me these commands are very simple. Connection.Connected tells me if the person's device has an internet connection or not. Another interesting one, Connection.Metered, tells me if they're using a paid service such as 4G or 5G, or if they're connected to a Wi-Fi, which typically is not metered. On their own, these individual commands can seem a bit useless. Here's where you come in with your creativity, and you need to start combining together multiple commands. For example, here I can wrap my Connection.Connected in an if statement. What that allows me to do is say if the person is not connected to the internet, they're shown as offline. If they are connected to the internet, they're shown as online. If I'm creating a mobile app that people are going to use to send data from their mobile device across the internet to somewhere else, being able to inform them if they're online or offline can help them understand whether now is a good time to try and send their data. The formula reference is a brilliant way to discover formulas as and when you need them. Realistically, there's too many formulas to remember, so you can rely on either the A to Z on the right hand side where you scroll through, or use the search at the top left corner. Use labels as a simple way of testing formulas. Keep your formulas as simple as possible when first testing, and only then do you start to combine the formulas together as we did in our example. In Power Apps, formulas are for much more than just number crunching. As we've seen, they can also do a whole variety of other things. This video is part of a series called Your Know-How. Watch other videos in the series to learn more about Microsoft 365.